And welcome to One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Steve here, Kim.
Hi, everybody.
We're here with a bonus stream. I'm excited to do these bonus streams, kind of fun. But I've been doing
You just
because
you just want any reason to play games, talk more about games, do anything else, it's anything.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
exactly. Secrets out, Steve.
Secrets out. I know. But I mean, the other reason why we're doing this is because we have so many campaigns, and I feel like
Yes.
the content gets a little stagnant. So I'm excited to put something different out there. So this one, I want to do a special shout out to For Fun and DM Buck 2K1 on YouTube. They made a comment on one of our past videos. Said, "Hey, a video comparing these would be awesome. Oh, I could do top 10 stealth video. Let's do it." So thanks to you guys, we put this one together for you. So hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
But yes, we are here going through the top 10 stealth board games. I don't know if anybody else has done one of these lists.
I'm sure
There's
somebody
probably
somewhere
someone,
has,
yeah.
Steve. But this is your specific list with my corrections per normal. But I do have
Per
like a
normal,
top a
yes.
top couple because this list that you put together, I haven't played all these games, so I can't
Right.
really make such a um, complete list, I would say.
Hmm.
So leveraging your gaming experience.
For better or for worse.
Yes.
Okay. But yes, I'm sure other people, if you have comments like, wow, this is way too low, I want this higher, you're wrong. Love hearing that stuff. Just throw in the comments below.
You're wrong. I don't have any supporting arguments.
I know.
It's just you're wrong.
Just you're wrong. But yes, we are focusing on cooperative stealth games. I know there's some solo ones out there that I could have put on here. I also try to focus on ones that had more of a tactical, physical element, move around the board. There's other games. This is not on there. For example, you can probably consider something like Lord of the Rings Living Card Game with stealth because you can drop your threat low enough when you snipe people from a distance in that game, but it's not really stealthy if you.
No, that's not the core like a core
Right,
target of the game. So
right,
I don't think
exactly.
that belongs on this particular list.
Agreed, agreed. I do know that we've played some previews of games that would absolutely go on this list, but I did not include those either because they're not released. So this is only release games up to whenever you post this one. So, okay, enough preamble. Let's dive into it.
Okay.
Okay, starting with number 10. Number 10, I don't hear a lot of people talk about this one, but this is a pretty cool stealth one. I like the stealth element of this. Oh, I will mention that we did rank these on stealth primarily and then gameplay after that. So this is Rambo the board game.
Hmm.
This is by Everything Epic. And this one actually is a two-parter. There is one game that is First Blood, that's solo only. And there's another game that is cooperative. You can play characters from the movie series. You go through the movie elements in it. And of course, you play as Rambo, going through the jungle. There's a fog of war, which is really cool.
That's cool. I've played this game maybe two or three times.
Hmm.
And I really like the fog of war element in this because you can use it to your advantage. Like if you can like kind of reveal things, but they're gonna see you on the flip side
Yeah.
too. So yeah, it's a fun one.
It's interesting because based upon the level of awareness, because every character has an alert track, so there's
Mhm.
like green, yellow, and red. It depending on where you're on there, they will see you at different aspects. So like red, you're always visible basically. Yellow, unless they're next to you, don't see you, and green, you can like a space away, they'll avoid you, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Greg.
Oh,
Welcome.
Greg, is in Rambo, is this the one like can you jump in a bush or do you
Yep.
hide? Yeah, that's what it
You can
was.
jump in a bush, hop out with a hunting
Yeah.
knife, take out
Yeah,
guys.
that was fun. We put my brother
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's like just jump in the bush and then just huzzah, I'm back. So that
Surprise!
was fun.
So,
That's fun.
the only reason this one's not higher is because the game is basically entirely deterministic. There's no dice, basically no luck. You kind of know what the enemy's going to do. You have cards in your hand, kind of how they play. Oh, you do customize your gear, which is really cool for each mission. But from that aspect, I kind of would like. I felt like I needed more surprise in my life than what they provided. So, surprise! Knife, right?
Okay.
But yeah, that's number 10, Rambo from Everything Epic. Okay. So moving on to our. Oh, we'll get this thing set up. Sorry. Moving on to number 9. This one is from a series of games, actually, and that is Captain is Dead Lockdown, specifically. So Captain is Dead is, I like to think of it as Star Trek in a box. It feels that way. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. They even had red shirt references in the game. The first of the series, you're on a spaceship. You're being blasted from aliens in outer space. You have to escape. This is the second game. It's not really an expansion. It's a standalone game, but it kind of tells a cohesive story. So in this one, you've escaped the aliens. You crashed and landed on a planet. Aliens took you hostage. You're in an alien prison. So this one, you're trying to escape an alien prison. There is an alien ship you're trying to commandeer and trying to decipher, and it's powered up. And you can escape your holding cell and patrol, move around the hallway. But there's security things you have to worry about and patrols walking around.
Mhm.
So it has that stealth element. It's not very strong in the stealth element, so that's why it's lower on the list.
Yeah. When you say name a stealth game, I don't automatically think of this game.
Right,
But you are trying to stay invisible from the aliens.
right.
Yeah.
And you're trying to break out of prison, so it's got a, like an escape from Alcatraz type feel for it, whatever it is. Um,
Hmm.
Yeah, cool. I've heard about Captain's Dead, but never played it. Sounds interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Captain's Dead.
Yeah. I like it too because it's almost I would consider like a good gateway game
Hmm.
too.
Yeah.
So like I have other family members that aren't as into the hobby.
Why do you point to me when
Um
you do that?
so but this is a fun game to bring to the table for more casual players too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, it's very easy to pick up. The characters are very unique. I like this. Like this series a lot,
Yeah.
and this was a good one
Yeah.
for sure.
But I'm also that's what I'm saying is also not to like knock it down for not being,
Hmm.
a good board game or whatever, but it is. It's
It
good. I
is.
think
It
it's
is.
yeah.
I know the rest of the One Stop crew doesn't like this as much as I do. I'm not sure the reasons why, but I also love Star Trek,
Yeah, it's
so
fun.
that helps.
It's
That
got the
helps.
Trucky
It
feel.
does. But yeah. Number nine, Captain's Dead Lockdown from AEG Games.
Hmm.
Okay, keep going. Moving on to number eight. Number eight is a game I would expect everyone to see on this list, and that one is from Chip Theory Games, Burn Cycle. This is a game I know you haven't
I have
played.
not played this game, but I feel
Yeah.
like everybody else has played this game.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so tell me all about it, Steve.
So in this one, you are a robot and you're infiltrating a corporate building. There's different floors to go through. At the top, there's a big boss you have to take down or get by. The cool thing about the game is you're a robot, and not only do you have a physical presence on the board, but you also have a network presence. So there's a computer network side. You're trying to move around the network and avoid pings and stuff like that. So you can do some interesting things from a abstract point, but you're also physically on the board where you're moving around hallways and there's bots with lines of sights and different ranges of vision that will pick up on you, and you jump into rooms and hop on the access computer control access to do things.
Am I sure I haven't played this
No,
game?
you haven't played this one.
Okay. Okay.
You've heard of this because
Yeah,
everyone talks
it's
about
like,
it. But yes,
yeah.
but yeah, Burn Cycle. I
So what's the super stealth like points on this game?
Yeah, so I liked how the enemies had, a vision you had to worry about, and they had
Mhm.
different paths. So you can try to figure out which way they're going around walking around the building. Um, and they're also ahead towards you if you make a lot of noise, for example, they'll come to your direction. But I feel like that was basically it. There wasn't a whole lot more than that. So while this definitely has stealth elements to it, I think there are other games that do better stealth options than this one. So that's why it wasn't as high on my list.
Okay.
Um, as a pure, I mean, I think this has a good game. It has a lot of other stuff outside of stealth. Is what comes down to it. Where the stealth I don't think shines as much as the other stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, that's Burn Cycle, Chip Theory Games. That's our number eight. Okay, here we go. Keep moving on. Moving on to our number seven game, which is one that we don't hear a lot of people talk about at all.
No.
That's Firefly Adventures, Brigands and
Yes.
Browncoats.
Yes. This is a fun one. Although, if you watch the last stream play that we did, just, that was lucky. So
That was lucky. That was
it
really
wasn't a good
lucky.
example, I think, of the breadth of the whole game.
No, no.
So,
Yeah, we do have to play through this one, but this
yeah.
one has an awesome table presence because It has 3D buildings, and you actually go inside the buildings. They're all like boxes you can see on the screen here. I've got a picture pulled up.
Hmm.
But you wouldn't think this has a stealth element, and you actually questioned me when I talked about this.
Original, yeah. I was like, there's, yeah, it's a Western type, space Western. You
Hmm.
go shoot them up and whatnot. But,
But yeah, the stealth element is each character has two states. You have a
hmm,
casual state where you're just like a normal person walking around. You go walk up to an enemy, talk to them. They don't care. They'll
hmm,
respond to you. Or and there's a heroic state where you're like gunning, shooting, and then if they see you, they're coming for you.
yeah, it's kind of like, I was gonna say like Marvel Champions, where it's like you're in your secret mode
Yeah, alter
versus your,
ego.
yeah,
Yeah,
alter
yeah,
ego and not.
yeah. Kind of
Um,
like that. Sure.
but this one's cool too because to your point, you do have to like hide bodies if you don't
Mm-hmm.
want people to suspect you of anything, and
Mm-hmm.
you can dump them in in a building, and that's totally fine. It's a fun game. It doesn't get a lot of love, I think, but
Oh, I had a
it's
fun
fun.
time when there was patrols walking by, and I had Zoe take out someone and throw the body in the building, and wait for another guy to come by, took the other guard, threw him in the body, and then two
Just pile them up.
pile up there. Nothing to see here.
Nothing.
Nothing to see here.
Everything's
It's
fine.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah, so no, this is a good. I think it has a fun stealth aspect to it.
Yeah, the stealth is actually surprisingly good for this one. I think the game itself, there's some things I wouldn't change. That's why it's not as high on the list. I think there's better games.
Yeah, yeah. So like the game itself,
Googling that
it is
now.
Googling. Yeah,
Nice.
the game itself, I don't think is as strong of a game as others as you're saying,
Right.
but I also really like it because it's Firefly. So,
Yeah.
if you're a fan,
Yeah.
it's just fun.
We love that show, so that helps
Taking
us
too
like the
soon.
too soon. We're waiting for the second season of that.
That's right. Oh, that one
Ooh,
hurts.
ouch, ouch. Okay, so-
Gosh.
but yeah, Firefly, Brigands, oh sorry, Brigands and Browncoats, and this is by brain fart. I totally forgot. It's by nine. I forget. My brain's not working right now. I
It's too
apologize.
small to read.
Too small to read. So, um, okay. Moving on to number 6. Number 6 is a heist game, Burgle Brothers.
Yeah. So when I saw this on your list, I was like, what? Because this is, small box game,
Hmm.
dice, more strategy in that sense, but I
Hmm.
totally forgot about the movement that you
There's a
have to do.
guard.
Yeah, you got to avoid the guard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's guard on
Yep.
each floor. Hey, Ryan,
All right.
welcome. So yeah, so this one, oops, wrong picture, sorry. So this one, you have a randomized board. There's 3 different floors. You're trying to break into safe on each floor, take the loot, and make it out. This is the first one. There's actually 2 of them. There's the second one's in the casino, but they have similar mechanics. But the cool thing is, you know where the guard's going. You know his
Hmm.
path. But if you walk across a laser field, maybe trip the alarm. Now he's redirected to that spot at a faster speed. Also, the longer you take, the faster the guards move. So you're trying to like manage moving through this environment, but not taking too much time, working together to try to distract the guard and get to different spots to figure out the combination to get into the safe. I like this one. This is a solid game.
It's fun. Again, I think it's a good casual,
Hmm.
kind of like what was the other game I talked about like this?
Captain's
Captain
Dead.
is Dead. So I think
Yep.
that kind of falls in the same category for me where it's good to bring to the table for, like other friends and family that may not be used to playing a whole lot of games.
Hmm.
Um,
I
but
agree.
yeah, this is fun. A lot of avoidance and planning that has to be done.
Yeah, I think my only hesitation with this one, probably what's not high on the list, is I feel like when you're playing the game with a strategy or different tactics you have in there, where sometimes it's like, you know what, it's best if you just don't do anything. So you kind of like, for the good of the team, you skip your turn.
That is also strategy,
It
Steve.
is strategy, but also don't.
You don't like skipping your turn?
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, this one's a really fun one. I do recommend if you haven't played this one, definitely check it out. It's worth it for sure,
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
Fun casual game.
Okay, moving on to our number 5. Here we go.
So far your list
Yes.
is okay. I think Rambo's too low.
Oh, okay.
And mainly because it was just funny when I was jumping in and out of bushes stabbing people.
That's
But
true.
I
That
think
was
that one
funny.
that one needs to come up higher. But so far I think you're all right.
Oh, okay. Did all right, guys. How
Okay.
about that? So, I am too impatient for stealth sometimes. Yes, I
Yeah,
know how that goes.
yeah.
So is Kim sometimes. Let's be real.
Well, no, okay, we've talked about this. My style has changed
It has.
so much
It
to where
has.
now it's like, oh, I might trip the alarm. That's fine. Let's just, haul ass and just go. I'm with you. I'm with you, Greg.
Okay, moving on to number five. Number five is a massive game from Mythic, and that one is Reich Busters Project Vril. This one has this one doesn't get a lot of love, and I'm not exactly sure why, but we love this game.
I had a great time. Again,
Hmm.
when we first got it many years ago, sniper far, far away, stay safe. But now I trip off every alarm. I am just going after those guys. So there is stealth in this game, and that's an aspect that you can definitely
Yeah,
try to take to your advantage.
right.
I don't do that. So
This one, this one, the stealth could be better. Honestly, it's more of a breach and clear feeling than a stealth
yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
Because you like rent a room, bunch of guys, you want to take them all out before they react.
So it kind of makes me think of like Years of War,
Yes.
that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of that feeling here as for how it works.
But like Ryan's just saying now, which this is true, I think you could do it in this game where it's just hit them hard and fast before they recognize what's happening.
Exactly. So this is probably one of the best games for that. If you like just hit them hard before they trigger the alarm. The other thing I don't like about the stealth in this one is the alarm is based upon turns. So after somebody turns, the alarm will trigger regardless.
Yeah, so even if you're doing like, I want to be stealthy in here, tough cookies
Yeah.
because you're taking too long and the game is trying to keep progressing you
Right.
because that game could lag on for forever. I feel like you just slowly wander all the rooms and
Mm-hmm.
you would pick up all the loot anyway,
Mm,
but it's
definitely.
just like, yeah, I think the game itself is really good and I'm not mad about it pushing
No.
you to move. Um, but I have a fun time
The
playing this
card
game.
play in this game is fantastic. I can't say that enough for this one. It's so fun on
Hmm.
how everyone has these uber powerful turns. So this one is like it's high on the list because of the game. I think is really good. It does have flaws. It needs house rules for a couple things for sure. But the stealth is good too. But like the card play is amazing in this one. I love it.
Yeah, I think this is rated higher because I like the game so much. It's not like a full-on stealth game for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It has the alarm in it and noise levels you have to
There are
manage.
noise
So that's
levels,
why
yeah.
this one still is I think
Hmm. But
qualifies
can
for
you go
stealth.
back into stealth after you're revealed? I can't remember.
No, you
Yeah,
cannot.
so that I think that's a downfall on games that don't let you do that. It's like,
Yes.
okay, an incident happened, but let me go back and hide,
Nope.
and get back to that stealth state. And you can't do that in this game. So I
You
think
can't.
that
Nope.
that's a bummer, but I have a great time. We had a really good time playing through that campaign.
You played the campaign multiple times too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. It's not very long. 10 missions, I think, something. So okay, moving on to number four. Getting up there. It's another one that doesn't get a lot of love. I think a lot of these are on that.
Well, you just have a different collection than everybody else.
I do.
That's what this comes down to.
Seal Team Flicks from WizKids is on here. So
Hmm.
this one is very unique because it is a dexterity game in addition to being a stealth game,
Hmm.
which is very different. So in this one, you are playing as commandos running through different maps. The maps actually have 3D walls, and you're flicking your disc, bouncing off walls. You can even fire around like around corners potentially and through walls, and you have patrols moving around. You can even have different equipment where you have what's the snake camera. You like peek underneath the door to see what's in there before you open it up and try to
Hmm.
breach and clear it. It is pretty cool, honestly. I like this one. I am horrible at the game because I suck at dexterity games.
It's so bad.
It's so
It's either
bad.
like, or shoo.
It's so
There's
true.
there's no calculation.
You don't know my top picks, right? Yeah, you probably do. You probably do, especially at this
You
point.
didn't know him at all.
But yeah, this one's really fun. And the thing that's brilliant about this one is the AI. The AI, like from a player logical standpoint, the logic tree is nothing. It's like, oh, move closer, cool. But on the board, the AI moves to very specific spots on the board, and these spots are mapped out so that it's like a really great spot every time for the AI.
Hmm.
So you don't like think about where they need to go. The board tells you where to go, but it's always a really interesting decision, which is awesome. It just kind of natively runs that way. And I know there is plans of doing another game called Phantom Division, which is a sci-fi version of this. I've been really excited for that to come out, but I haven't really heard any news. I don't know what's going on with it, but I hope it comes out because this was really, really cool.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's fun. And like you said, it's just one of the different ones that are it's in your collection where you don't have too many dexterity games, but because you're not that great at them. But
We tried that. No, that was really bad.
yeah, it's a fun one for sure.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah, it's hard to make it through some of those missions. It's tough.
Hmm.
And it's surprising because you think dexterity game, you think light. Not this one. Like you need to come in, and I was not prepared to have to think multiple turns ahead in a dexterity game. Like I feel like calling it a dexterity game is mislabeling it almost because you have different perceptions when you think dexterity. But this one, it's more of a
There's
tactical game. The tactical element's stronger than the dexterity element.
Yeah, I mean you have to think big picture strategy
Right.
for this game.
Because you have to think multiple turns because you know they're coming towards you. You have to make sure you're not in that spot because there's noise. Your weapons generate noise and echo, and they're coming for that area. You can actually create distractions and run around the other way, hack into different keypads. Actually, it has a lot of mini games which are awesome in this one, where you're trying to do a long range sniper shot, and there's like a board with a hostage, and you're trying to avoid the hostage and land on the bad guy behind him.
Or shoot the hostage between the eyes.
I'm sorry, hostage. Yeah. So it's really cool. Really cool. That's number four. A SEAL Team Flicks from WizKids.
All right, top three. It's the big
Top
mystery,
three.
as Ryan said.
I don't know if
No,
it's a mystery. Like
no
people,
idea what these are going to be for you, Steve.
if people know me, they probably know what these are.
Yep.
I'll call it a tactical strategy game with a dexterity element. You're right. It's way more than just a dexterity. I agree completely with you,
Hmm.
Jason. Exactly right. Yeah, tactical strategy game for sure. Okay, here we go. Number three. This is a game that I don't hear anyone talk about except for myself.
Again, this is Steve's top 10.
It is my top 10. Not
Mhm.
really. I got other top 10 games of all time to be on here, but
Yeah.
this is a
Yep.
fun list.
Yep.
This one is U-Boat by Brain Fart.
You're having a lot
I'm
of
having
those.
Iron Wolf.
Okay, there you go.
This one. So this one is an amazing game because it is very different than anything out there. In this one, you are sitting around a table, operating a U-boat, and it's got an actual model of a U-boat with worker placement elements in it. And each person takes different roles. There's a commander, a first officer, engineer, and navigator. And this is all played in real time, but it's not real time as in turnless. It's real time as in if it took you an hour to travel to sail between this point and that point, it'll take you an hour in actual time to do that. Of course, you speed up time between that, but that's really cool. Never heard of development brain farts? Yes, I know.
It's quick. You got to copyright that.
I do. This game is very, very heavy.
Hmm.
It has a rule book and it comes with a submarine tactics book, which I absolutely needed because I don't know how submarine tactical warfare works at all, and I'm also really bad at it. I basically never make it to the end of a mission because I sink because of something dumb I've done.
Hmm.
But the atmosphere in this game is amazing because you're using this app. It is an app assisted game where you see where you are in the sectors on this map and you need to actually plot your course. You have vectors. You actually plug it in on the app and say go at whatever speed it is. And it will calculate like in real time how long it would take you to get there. Of course you hit the fast button to speed it up. And then when you get close to contacts, it'll tell you this contact at this spot. You figure it out, your attack vectors, do all that fun stuff. And what it does is it uses the microphone too. So like if you go out there and you sink a merchant vessel and there's an escort nearby, escort's coming for you. They're going for you. And so before they come for you, of course you hit the dive button, dive down there, and then you hear the motors on the app, which is cool. And then you hear the splash, boom, splash,
The
boom,
pings
splash,
of
boom, as they're dropping depth charges above you, and it's getting louder and louder. And people at the table, there's so much tension. It's so good.
I think you got to play with the right people. for sure. But
I love this game.
Steve, you love this game. I do not.
Yeah, no, you're not. It's
No,
really heavy.
it's too heavy for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't really want to plot. I never will choose to be the navigator. You're plotting course charts. No, but I will say it's a very pretty game. It's cool. I do love worker placement games. And I love that you love it so much. So,
Yeah, my buddy Elijah has this game too. We play this game a lot. We're both horrible at it. We sync all the time, but it's so
mhm.
fun, and it's interesting too because you can turn on a mode where, if there's hunting for you, you have to whisper at the table because you speak too loudly, they'll hear you and they'll pinpoint your location and come
On the
after you
app, it's gonna
on
hear
the
you.
app. Yeah,
Yeah,
which
that's.
is really cool because everyone's like whispering as they're playing.
Oh, did anyone pick that up? He's whispering.
I know.
Okay.
But
Um,
it's amazing because we were playing this game and I turned that feature off so we can teach the game and people still whisper because they were getting into it, which is awesome. I love the juxtaposition. Seems fully immersed. Kim couldn't care less.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's the yin and the yang
yeah.
of the
It is.
relationship.
You're right though. It's
Now,
super heavy.
it is very heavy. Now,
Super heavy.
to be fair, it's been a while since I've, you know, gone
Hmm.
given it another shot. So
Hmm.
maybe I'll do that for you someday.
Play
So
again.
I'll play it again, but
Yeah.
um, I don't know, make me the cook or something.
Yeah. The first officer you run
Like
the
first,
app.
yeah, just let me push the
Because he does
buttons
they do the
and
cook
then
too.
yeah.
Oh, I was the cook to the navigator. Cook might be the navigator.
Oh, then I don't want to do that.
They probably do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of roles to manage on this one. There's a lot
Mhm.
going on. It can be played solo, but you need to pause the timer for the solo for sure.
Games are more fun together.
It is. This one is great two player, and three. It works one and four, but honestly, two and three is the best spot for this one.
So maybe I'll play with you and Elijah someday.
Sure, sure. You watch us sink and complain about why did you move that way.
Of course. It's like you're fired. I'm gonna demote you from the Navy.
There's a moment where we sunk the merchant ship, and I wasn't thinking, but what plot I mentioned, and I went right behind the escort ship I drove right underneath the escort ship as it dropped the depth charges and blew us up. I'm
So
like,
you just kamikaze.
I kamikaze. I just wasn't thinking where I was going with
Oh
that
man.
game. So
Yep.
yeah,
So no, it's interesting, but yeah, not for me.
maybe this next one's for you then. Number two. Actually, I
Yes.
know this one's for you.
Yes.
Number two, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice.
My base will live in infamy.
So we did a full campaign, spoiler everything of this game on this channel. If you want to check it out, you can find it
Hmm.
there. But this one's by Triton Noir. It is based upon the video game
Hmm.
Assassin's Creed, and it is excellent stealth in it. It's got the feel for Assassin's Creed, some lore going on in it. How would you talk about this a little bit?
Okay, on the spot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks for the interview. So the I love this game because I am a big fan of the Assassin's Creed video games. Granted, I only amazed best. It is very true, Ryan.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very fan of the video game, even though I only played like the first two or whatever it was. Then
You
it
like,
got
yeah,
then
first two or three
then
or
we
something.
stopped buying gaming systems. But I keep supporting it.
It was amazing. Nice. Well
Was
done, Ryan.
amazing.
Well done.
Kudos. But yeah, so this game, one thing I wish the stealth aspect had that I was missing was okay, you can blend into the crowd, or you can go sit on a bench in the video game and like just poof, and you couldn't do that on the board game where it's like I just wanted to find a bench and just be like, oh, run away, guard, you don't see me anymore. I get why they didn't do that because I think it'd make it a little too easy in the
Yeah.
game. So
Not to mention, like,
yeah.
thematically, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Oh,
No,
they're chasing him. I'll just sit down. Like,
just no,
is that
you
the guy?
still
No, it's not the guy.
doesn't matter. But no, you could on the game you can jump in the hay
Right,
pile
right.
like so
You
I
get a hay
think
pal
yeah,
here.
on the board game,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Um but yeah, I had a great time
yeah.
playing this game.
This one's really fun. It plays. It's interesting because like the guards will chase you, and you can use that to your advantage to have them chase in different spots, and you can like jump on a roof where they can't follow you.
Yeah.
Um, it is a miniature heavy game for sure. They are coming out with a standy version in retail, which I would probably recommend honestly, unless you're like a really big fan of the IP and the company Triton Noir.
Hmm.
But yeah, it is a we really enjoyed that campaign. This was my game of the year at the time actually.
It was at the time
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the stealth version of this, I think they captured really, really well.
Hmm.
You get your alarms, you can have the alarms kind of cool down. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
good
some of
one.
those roles were legendary. Yeah. Yeah,
That's right.
and I will say that this worked out really well because I chose a very heavy stealth character. You chose a very not stealth
Again,
character.
I like stealthy games, even though I ignore the fact that that's a tool to use.
Right. But it worked well actually with the two
Yeah,
of us. Like I was able to still be stealthy while you weren't, and it worked
yeah.
out great. So yeah, like this one a lot. And this one, I will admit, it gets better as you play it.
Yes, 100%. We played the first like training mission
Oh, don't
or
no.
whatever, and
Training
I
was
was like,
bad.
oh, I'm so
Yeah,
disappointed.
yeah,
But it does definitely get better. And your characters, it's just fun to develop and just Mace.
yeah. Mace. Yeah, it's got a lot of pieces. It has a huge tower if you want to get it, but the tower is completely unnecessary.
Oh, it's totally
So it's cool
unnecessary.
though. So, but yeah, it was a great campaign. I really enjoyed this one. That's Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice from Triton Noir.
Hmm.
Okay, if you know me, you're familiar with the channel. This is probably not a surprise. Number one, it used to be called V Commandos, is V Sabotage, and this is also by Triton Noir. So
Hmm.
for me, Triton Noir is the publisher go-to for stealth games. Um, it is a fantastic game. I love this one, and I will say that V Sabotage and Assassin's Creed they share a similar base. They're not the same game. They have different rule sets even within that, but they do feel similar in how they play out.
Hmm.
I like V Sabotage better, and I think you do too, but maybe because I talk you into it.
I think so. You may have persuaded me because I go back and forth.
Hmm.
Like sometimes it's like, well, okay, let me rephrase this. I do think V Commando or Sabotage, excuse me, V Sabotage is above Assassin's Creed for me because it's easier to do
Yeah,
standalone
yeah,
games on that one.
for
Whereas
sure.
opposed to Assassin's Creed, you really want to do that whole campaign.
Quiet, Ryan.
Where'd it go? No
No
way!
way! What the? It's not surprising to anyone I know.
Yeah, yeah. So no, I agree with you. I think this one has a little bit leg up over Assassin's Creed because of the replayability and the ease of just doing a standalone session.
I think the main reason why this stands out for me is there's more. You can use your special abilities more in this game than you can in Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is like a lot of the abilities are once per game, except for your innate ability, which is once per round. And this one is like, hey, much as you want, do your specials, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you have the action points to spend, you can
Right,
totally do that, which
right,
makes sense because if I have a skill, it's not like I know how to build a fire. It has nothing to do with any of these games, but it's like I forget how to make a fire after I do it once.
right,
That,
right, right, right.
So I think that's better in this game.
So that's one thing that stands out for me. The other thing that stands out is I feel like I have more control over the alarm state because in both these games you have an alarm. You can actually go out and turn it off if you can get to that spot, and then people will forget you were there, which is really cool. But you can only do that once per game. It's like, hey, you fooled me once, but now fool me twice type thing.
Hmm.
But in Assassin's Creed, you need a special card to do it, and you can customize the equipment deck to have that come out more often potentially, or you can kind of control it. But in V Sabotage, or what was called V Commandos, you have complete control over it. You know where it is. You can go there. You just spend an action to flip it off, the alarm
Hmm.
off, which I like a lot, and you can use that a lot in your planning. Um, this one also is really fast to set up too, like really fast. I love the setup in this one. That it pushes the above Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed doesn't take that. The map doesn't take too long, but the all the miniatures is a lot. It's a
I
lot.
can't factor that into any of my decisions because I just let you do all of that.
She shows up 5 minutes before we play and just, hey, here we
Yeah.
go.
Why our son wants me to, put him to bed or whatever. I got other responsibilities. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think this one is because of the theme, people aren't as into it. But if the theme doesn't bother you, I absolutely love this one. This one's great. Assassin's Creed is also a really good choice
Hmm.
if you don't like the war theme. But this was called V Commandos, but the name had to change to V Sabotage due to certain video game company that was threatening to do legal
IP
stuff.
illegal.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't
yeah,
worry about it.
that's
But
fine. So
yeah.
yeah, it's not called V Sabotage, but I will say that Triton Noir they do have these games available, but you only can really get them direct from their website. So
It is the best way to play, right? Just take care of
yeah,
it.
for sure. But
So,
yeah, that is the top 10 stealth games, and I'm excited because there's some other really good stealth game, or more stealth games coming out of that for sure, that would definitely get added to this list.
what
Um,
what are they? What's coming down the pipeline that has you so excited?
one of the big ones coming down is Earth Under Siege, which is a basically XCOM in board game form. That's basically what it
Oh
is.
my gosh, XCOM. That is my all-time favorite computer game.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you got to tell me more about this game, Steve.
We played it.
We played this game?
Yes, we previewed it. It's
Oh,
been a while.
it has been a while.
Yeah, in fact, this token here is
Yep.
from that game.
ALG.
Um, so that one's coming out. There was another game we played, Malia, which is a fantasy adventure type game. And that one has a complete stealth element where you can fight the bad guys in stealth, which it worked out pretty cool. Though we played that on stream, and Kanji doesn't like stealth apparently, and so that stealth lasted a whole half a turn. So because he's like, ah, I'm just gonna make noise.
Well, see, that's the same. Like Ryan and I were saying,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't need to follow stealth rules to play the game,
yep.
you know?
There's SAS Rogue Agent is coming up on Kickstarter. I'm hopefully I'll be able to preview that one, but that one's also you're playing as SAS soldier, and you can jump over the hedgerows, take a guy out, and pull him back, right? Which is it sounds really awesome. That one looks really cool too for stealth aspect, and I'm sure there's others I'm forgetting. There's a
Oh yeah,
couple
I'm
others as
sure.
well.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm excited to see more of these infiltration stealth games coming out, which is like I love that stuff. So
Yeah. No, I think that's a good list. I agree. Like I said, most of the things. I think your Rambo's too low for
mhm.
the stealth aspect of it.
Okay.
Um, but the rest is fine. And I haven't played all of them, so I
Yep.
can't quite judge. But that's a good stealth collection you have, Steve.
Yep. I will also say, just for disclaimers here, we were sent copies of a couple of these games. Reichbusters we were sent,
Hmm.
and we were sent Rambo as well. Those are the two we were sent. Yes, just those two.
Yep. Yep.
So
So we've got to find those good roles for him.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Poor Kanji's rolls. Excellent.
That's funny.
Well, I think that's going to end our stream for today.
Man, short and sweet,
Short and
Steve.
sweet. Just
High
go to top
five.
10, right?
Okay. All right.
But you guys have any other top tens you want to hear us go through, run through? Let us know. This type of stuff I really do enjoy putting together. We just do them a lot for whatever reasons. I don't know. Need to do more of these.
All right, well, we can keep rambling, but I think it's time to go to
Kids too.
bed.
Just a real quick note. Tomorrow I'll be dropping a video. We're gonna be starting Extra Life coming up very soon, first week in November. Actually, if you're not familiar with Extra Life, it is a fundraising event where we try to raise money for children's hospitals. I'll have more information about that very soon, but basically, we're gonna have a one day where we just stream a bunch throughout the whole day, raising money. All proceeds go straight to the hospitals. One Stop does not see any of it. Neither does Extra Life. It's all to the hospitals.
Yeah, and the way the money is raised is that you'll turn super, well, you could just go through super chats
Or you can
and
go through
or you
the
can go
website.
or you click on the website
Yeah,
for Extra Life and
yeah,
donate directly.
yeah.
So, but yeah, like you're saying, everything goes there, and you've done it for the past several years, and
This will
been
be
really
our
good.
third year doing it.
Yeah, yep.
So,
So
so be on the lookout for that coming out real soon. Oh, and Kim's quick stops.
I have to finish it tonight if it's coming out
We'll
tomorrow.
see. It might come out tomorrow. We'll
We'll
see. We'll
see.
see. Excellent. But thanks everyone for joining, and we will see you at the next stop.
Bye.
Bye bye.